could open my arms and span the length of the Isle of Manhattan, I'd bring it to where you are, making a lake of the East River and Hudson. And if I could open my mouth wide enough for a marching band to march out, they would make your name sing and bend through alleys and bounce off all the buildings. I wish we could open our eyes to see in all directions at the same time. Oh, what a beautiful view. If you were never aware of what was around you, and it is true what you said, that I live like a hermit in my own head. But when the sun shines again, I'll pull the curtains and blinds to let the light in. Sorrow drips into your heart through a pinhole, just like a faucet that leaks, and there is comfort in the sound. But while you debate half empty and half full, it slowly rises, your love is gonna drown. Sorrow drips into your heart through a pinhole, just like a faucet that leaks, and there is comfort in the sound. But while you debate half empty or half full, it slowly rises, your love is gonna drown. Sorrow drips into your heart through a pinhole, just like a faucet that leaks, and there is comfort in the sound. But while you debate half empty or half full, it slowly rises, your love is gonna drown. Sorrow drips into your heart through a pinhole, just like a faucet that leaks, and there is comfort in the sound. But while you debate half empty or half full, it slowly rises, your love is gonna drown. 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 Your love is gonna.
Hey, is that the tram we're gonna take off? What, bro? We're taking a tram. There's like a wire line that goes up there.
Oh, I see it.
It looks like a ski.
Yeah,
Look,
I
this
bet
is
that's
kinda
it.
cute. That is cute. Look at it.
Oh.
That is really cute. Really cute.
That's creepy. Never mind, what if I go?
Yeah, it's creepy.
Don't treat me like that.
It is.
That doesn't seem very
He's rubbing on the trees.
Look at the baby.
Good rolling in the mud. Look at this size.
That one made a noise.
Listen, that's what's making this noise.
Oh yeah, now you're the mic.
Can you hear him? Yeah, he's quiet.
Listen, he's making noise.
Be quiet. Hear the grunting. No, the Viking is
Oh my god. What's that background?
You can't see it, but it's gray.
Just to make sure that
That looks cool.
Let's talk first, okay? Guys, I really mean come up close. I don't want to yell. I'm not going to have enough voice because we got a lot to do today, and I just need to talk. Thank you. This is one of, John, we said millions?
Millions or billions in this particular layer of volcanic rock called the Absaroka volcano. They cover 9,000 square miles, northern and eastern Yellowstone. We're going to see a view of them a little later.
Yeah. And this Absaroka, can you guys say that word? Absaroka?
Absaroka.
Indian name is the formation that these trees are found within. Possibly billions of them. John's been researching here since 1993, and they have found it looks like almost forest. And we're going to talk about how this was interpreted as a forest. It was originally thought these trees grew here. By the way, this is a Sequoia sempervirens. That's a coastal redwood, the tallest trees in North America. Coastal redwood. Tell me what kind of climate it's needed for a coastal redwood to grow.
Cold and wet.
Yeah,
wet.
Not necessarily cold, but they need moisture. In fact, they have to be where if there's not rainfall, there has to be adequate fog to provide drippage around their roots from the collection of the fog. It's like they're a natural fog collector. So Redwood City and all those areas around there, very foggy areas too.
And
so
we can't grow them very well in Hood River because if it gets below about 20 degrees,
yeah, they're done.
Yeah.
So that tells you something about the environment they grew in. Now my next question is, the original thought is this tree grew here, along with millions of others. What would be proof that a tree did grow here?
Roots.
Roots. Guess what?
No roots.
Our research teams have had permission to dig out in another place called Specimen Ridge. No roots. Well, they're broken off. They're broken off. They're trimmed off. And so this particular artifact is actually a testimony to something other than growing here. It really is a testimony to being deposited here. Not only ones that grew this way, but this way. But look at this, guys. There's lots of them this way. There's some this way. I found a few up Lamar Canyon that are up to 60. I guesstimate 60 feet long because I'm using binoculars, laying in the layers of this mud and rock and silt. Mud and rock and silt, just like you're looking at right here. What would be a possible explanation for mud and volcanics? Is that a reasonable explanation?
Rain.
John, how big is the Absaroka formation and how deep is it?
Well, it's 11,000 feet deep in some places, and it covers 9,000 square miles. Yeah.
Little tiny local event.
And it's very high. Actually, the tallest peaks are around 10,000 feet high.
So as high as we were in the Tetons.
Yeah, that's amazing. That where does that amount of volcanic water deposited material come from? That's a big mystery for geologists. Yeah.
Well, originally, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's a picture drawn of Specimen Ridge, where we're going to be in an hour or so, I think.
Yeah.
Specimen Ridge. And originally there was a sign in front of Specimen Ridge that said this is an area where a forest was buried 27 different times. It grew and was buried, grew and was buried, grew and was buried. And then, 1980, Mount St. Helens erupted, and a gentleman named Dr. Stephen Austin studied Spirit Lake. You guys with me?
Mm-hmm.
And he's found a floating log mat. And that floating log mat made of millions of logs that were torn out of the ground, actually by this massive stone wind and avalanche, and deposited in the lake. They were floating, and then they started to do this. Watch. Gradually they got waterlogged, especially some species, and then they sank to the bottom. But when you go to the bottom and look at them, like he has, skin diving, like you do. No. Scuba dive. Well, he scuba dived. And you get to, these trees don't have any roots that stick out very far because they were ripped out of the ground. Just like this one. Okay? And so they're not a testimony to 27 forests.
Yeah. The sign that when I was here said this, that the eruptions occurring over thousands and thousands of years buried many successive forests under blankets of ash and volcanic debris. Many stumps stand upright in the same sites where they grew millions of years ago. And when we were here, you know, maybe I got you guys discouraged last night because I talked about the work that creationists have done helping us to write those field books, those guide books. But Harold Coffin, who's really my mentor, I've spent hundreds and hundreds of hours with him. He's brought me up here about 4 times. And he spent 25 years camped in Yellowstone. He's a research paleontologist, geologist. And he did a lot of research, and his friends did, on these trees. And anyway, when Mount St. Helens blew off, they wrote another paper on their research, and they related it to what happened at Mount St. Helens. They asked the park naturalist down here at Mammoth if she would be interested in reading a paper that some researchers had done on this forest and the sign that they'd put there. And she said she would. So anyway, they sent it to her. And besides the story about Mount St. Helens, it told her 5 reasons why the sign is incorrect. And it showed that the layers that these are deposited in show water movement. The twigs and the branches are oriented
to a current.
They also showed that the microfossils, the little, pollens and other things that they did find in those layers were not forest soils, but they contained totally different species than the kinds of fossilized trees that were there. That was 2. They showed them that they took, I wish we had 4 hours. We could take you guys to this place because you can see layers, at least 5 or 6 layers right up of these things, right up the mountain, of standing trees. So they took, what tree rings identify?
Yeah.
Years, generally years, right. So they got permission and they studied the tree ring sequences on the ones down here, actually 5 layers, which should have covered maybe 500,000 years or something of trees. Would you expect that the tree ring sequences would be the same or different?
Different.
If there are different forests that grew at different times, they'd be different, right?
That's right. Guess what?
They're the same.
They were all the same. And then the other thing, like Steve mentioned, was almost every single one of them, there were absolutely no roots. They were torn off. Their roots were torn off. Anyway, next year, guess what? We came back, and guess what happened to the sign?
Bye-bye. Gone.
Bye-bye
It's torn
gone.
down.
Yeah. So I'm encouraged about that, because we are asked, in the scriptures tell us to speak the truth in love.
Right.
Not just pound the stuff, but I believe that truth will win out. And if we can humbly offer, Our view is,
people will listen. Not everybody will, but some people will.
yeah.
And that should encourage us. It should encourage us. I think you guys are seeing a fantastic example of creation research, but there have been some people before that research that were highly intelligent Bible believers that threw out the Old Testament because of that place called Specimen Ridge, where we're going to go, where those 27, they said, obviously you can't have a young Earth if you've got 27 layers over hundreds of thousands of years. You can't have the chronology of a few thousand years like the Bible would indicate. And one of them
was Ronald Numbers. I think he's still alive. He was a professor of theology at an Eastern college. And he came out here when he was your age on a field trip. And the story goes, I left it at home, but he stayed up all night with his friend talking about it, and he just says, that's it. I don't believe the Bible's true. I don't believe it. It's some kind of a, fairy tale or allegory.
Allegory, yeah.
I can't trust the Bible, and it changed his whole life. He was not a Christian after that.
He gave it up.
And he gave it up, and he wrote things and encouraged others to not believe.